I.S.U.P.K. Oh, and West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace. Him start of the vision. Don't put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. But just the last that took some commandments. We man, I just part of the vision. Instead the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome, nor its regions. Come out them religion if one be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta, with Islam. Holy beacon of whole land. Every mouth a declare loud and clear. YAHANNA Mashiach is a black man who have ear. Let him hear. Time to prepare. Spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear. Wheat we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batiman. Just part of peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last that took some commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation. Send evils and curses on the whole city and the beast and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first days. Hey, 400 years they work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and them need doctors and nurses. Hey, one day table did have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day table did have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn, hey, I just part of the mission. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace. In start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last that took some commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the vision. I.S.U.P.K. Oh, and West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. Don't put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. But just the last that took some commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision. Him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta, with Islam. Holy beacon of hope for your lean and I.S.U.P.K. and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. YAHANNA Mashiach is a black man who have ear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear. Wheat we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batiman, I just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last that took some commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation. Send evils and curses on the poor city and the beast and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first days. Hey, 400 years, but now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and then the doctors and earn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day tape guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments would make me decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission. UPK, oh and west. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our I never come bring peace in start a division. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. But just the last statutes and commandments we make the decision. Daniel get a vision. Him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want. Be a free man, cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean and I.S.U.P.K and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yahawashi Mashiach is a black man who have ear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear of the day. Yahawashi never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments would make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation. Send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first days. Hey, 400 years to work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and them the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day to a building of a turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day to a building of a turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn, hey. I just come bring peace in start of the guns are ammunition. I commandments If you ain't angry about oppression, if you ain't angry about 400 years of getting killed, that don't make you fucking question. If you ain't angry about no justice, if you ain't tired of seeing your people suffering with no power to do nothing. Brother got his head cut off down in Mississippi. Another brother got choked out just for fucking pissing. You niggas need to listen. I just showed y'all the vision from past to present, and we still in the same condition. I blame the white man, but I blame you coons too. Steve Harvey, bitch ass, and this whole morning crew. What about Wyclef? Went to Haiti just to help. Charity my ass, nigga, you left with all the damn loot. Nigga, you Haitian too. That 16 million you took was water and food. You cock outside of Lugaou. Now you niggas see. Tell them Chief suck G. Don't never ask me why I'm motherfucking angry. Even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end. Angry black man. I ain't dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan, so fuck being a veteran. Angry black man. Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American. Angry black man. I ain't talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge, so until that day you won't see a grin. Angry black man. Bumba Clyde, Ross Clyde, Batty Boy, Pussy Hole, they walk on lightning and thunder. Babylon, Fireburn, Babylon, Mineron, Fussy Hole, me when no ramper. Fuck peace. I won't smile to make you feel at ease, and I won't sound like you to make you hire me, and I won't bow down, I'd rather die free. Angry black man is immune to John 3:16. So boots, beards, braids, check. Angry black men threat. They rather see you in a dress, so you can't defend yourself. 400 years, 400 tears, 400 rape, 400 kill, 400 blood, 400 spill, 400 live, 400 real, 400 watch, 400 film, 400 raw, 400 steal, 400 years of dealing with your crimes. Your end is nil, so we supposed to stay quiet while y'all bust our heads open wide. You motherfuckers out your damn minds. The Bible told me the white man is the problem. God ain't never lied. Every iota of a crop, even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end. Angry black man. I ain't dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan, so fuck being a veteran. Angry black man. Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American. Angry black man. I ain't talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge, so until that day you won't see a grin. Angry black man. If you ain't angry about oppression, if you ain't angry about 400 years of getting killed, that don't make you fucking question. If you ain't angry about no justice, if you ain't tired of seeing your people suffering with no power to do nothing. Brother got his head cut off down in Mississippi. Another brother got choked out just for fucking pissing. You niggas need to listen. I just showed y'all the vision from past to present, and we still in the same condition. I blame the white man, but I blame you coons too. Steve Harvey, bitch ass, and this whole morning crew. What about Wyclef? Went to Haiti just to help. Charity my ass, nigga, you left with all the damn loot. Nigga, you Haitian too. That 16 million you took was water and food. You cock outside of Lugaou. Now you niggas see. Tell them Chief suck G. Don't never ask me why I'm motherfucking angry. Even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end. Angry black man. I ain't dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan, so fuck being a veteran. Angry black man. Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American. Angry black man. I ain't talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge, so until that day you won't see a grin. Angry black man. Bumba Clyde, Ross Clyde, Batty Boy, Pussy Hole, they walk on lightning and thunder. Babylon, Fireburn, Babylon, Mineron, Fussy Hole, me when no ramper. Fuck peace. I won't smile to make you feel at ease, and I won't sound like you to make you hire me, and I won't bow down, I'd rather die free. Angry black man is immune to John 3:16. So boots, beards, braids, check. Angry black men threat. They rather see you
in a dress, so you can't defend yourself. 400 years, 400 tears, 400 rape, 400 kill, 400 blood, 400 spill, 400 live, 400 real, 400 watch, 400 film, 400 raw, 400 steal, 400 years of dealing with your crimes. Your end is nil, so we supposed to stay quiet while y'all bust our heads open wide. You motherfuckers out your friends, they still hate you in the end.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan, so fuck in the veteran.
Angry black man.
Fuck your If you ain't angry about oppression, if you ain't angry about 400 years of getting killed, that don't make you fucking question. If you ain't angry about no justice, if you ain't got it morning group. What about Wyclef with the hated just to help? Charity my ass, nigga, you left with all the damn loot. Nigga, you Haitian too. That 16 million you took was water and food. You cock outside of now you niggas see. Tell them cheap suck G. Don't never ask me why I'm motherfucking angry. Even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still I'm praying for revenge, so until that day you won't see a grin.
Angry black man.
Bumper Claude, Ross Claude, Batty Boy, Pussy Hole. They will go on lightning and thunder. Babylon, Fireburn, Babylon, Mineron. Fussy Hole, me when no ramper. Fuck peace. I won't smile to make you feel at ease. And I won't sound like you to make you hire me. And I won't bow down, I'd rather die free. Angry black man is immune to John 3:16. So boots, beards, braids, check. Angry black men threat. They rather see you in a dress, so you can't defend yourself. 400 years, 400 tears, 400 rape, 400 kill, 400 blood, 400 spill, 400 live, 400 real, 400 watch, 400 film, 400 raw, 400 steal, 400 years of dealing with your crimes. Your end is nil, so we supposed to stay quiet while y'all bust our heads open wide. You motherfuckers out your damn minds. The Bible told me the white man is the problem. God ain't never lied. Every iota of a If you ain't angry about oppression, if you ain't angry about 400 years of getting killed, that don't make you fucking question. If you ain't angry about no justice, if you ain't tired of seeing your people off down in Mississippi, another brother got choked out just for fucking pissing. You niggas need to listen. I just showed y'all the vision from past to present, and we still in the same condition. I blame the white man, but I blame you coons too. Steve Harvey, bitch ass, and this whole morning crew. What about Wyclef with the hated just to help? Charity my ass, nigga, you left. Where the took was water and food, you cock out. Now you niggas see. Tell them cheap suck G. Make you feel down like you to make you hire me. And bow down, I'd rather die free. Angry black man is immune to John 3:16. So boots, beards, braids, check. Angry black men threat. They rather see you in a dress. So you can't defend yourself. 400 years, 400 tears, 400 rape, 400 kill, 400 film. To be best friends, they still hate you in the end.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan. So fuck in the veteran.
Angry black man.
Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge. If you ain't angry about 400 years of getting killed, that don't make you fucking question. If you ain't angry about no justice, if you ain't tired of seeing your people suffering with no power to do nothing. Brother got his head cut off down in Mississippi. Another brother got choked out just for fucking pissing. You niggas need to listen. I just showed y'all the vision from past to present, and we still in the same condition. I blame the white man, but I blame you coons too. Steve Harvey, bitch ass, and his whole morning crew. What about Wycliffe with the hated just to help? Charity my ass, nigga, you left with all the damn loot. Nigga, you Haitian too. That 16 million you took was water and food. You cock outside of Lugaou. Now you niggas see. Tell them Chief suck G. Don't never ask me why I'm motherfucking angry. Even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan. So fuck being a veteran.
Angry black man.
Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge. So until that day you won't see a grin.
Angry black man.
Bumper Claude, Ross Claude, Batty Boy, Pussy Hole. They will go on lightning and thunder. Babylon, fire burn Babylon, me no run. Fussy Hole, me when no ramper. Fuck peace. I won't smile to make you feel at ease. And I won't sound like you to make you hire me. And I won't bow down, I'd rather die free. Angry black man is immune to John 3:16. So boots, beards, braids, check. Angry black men threat. They rather see you in a dress. So you can't defend yourself. 400 years, 400 tears, 400 rape, 400 kill, 400 blood, 400 spill, 400 live, 400 real, 400 watch, 400 film, 400 rob, 400 steal, 400 years of dealing with your crimes. Your end is nil. So we supposed to stay quiet while y'all bust our heads open wide. You motherfuckers out your damn minds. The Bible told me the white man is the problem. God ain't never lied. Every iota of a crop. Even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan. So fuck in the veteran.
Angry black man.
Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American.
Angry black
I ain't
man.
talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge. So until that day you won't see a grin.
Angry black man.
Shalom, Hebrew. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Welcome to our, in 1969. Welcome to our Wednesday evening law class. Yahweh Shim Yahweh Barakat to the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alatan Basham Yahweh to the sisters. All right. Officer Kayada.
Country.
You remember them videos with them talk about the Chinese, them one in Jamaica, yeah? You have one where I say, one where we did do one time where I said, look at the Chinese and how they are, progressing or whatever. You remember them
Which
videos?
video?
I one of them video with, I think a TikTok it was on. You never can pull it up. But we did play it in one of our class, one Sunday class, where we were talking about the Chinese. Also, you ever wonder when him Chinese, what do they call him? Ghetto Kirk.
Okay, come.
But all right, you have one in particular. I wonder if we can find that one. About when them not talk about, look at the Chinese. Look at the basically them telling black people, they want to tell black people to follow the Chinese model.
Last, I now recall that one day.
Look at how the Chinese progress and how the Chinese do business, and we should follow them. You're not recalling that?
Last.
All right. Basically, when it comes to other nations, when it comes to the other nations, we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are just commodity. And this is not something new. This is something from even back in Nehemiah's time, and probably before Nehemiah's time, where our people, in wanting to join ourselves with the oppressors because of money, don't even realize that what they are doing is actually making their people, making us commodities to those nations that they want to join themselves to. Because really and truly, that's all they see you as, You're just commodity. In other words, you're just something that is used for profiteering. We are large in numbers. So because of that now, they like being around us because we spend good money too. Yeah, we love spend. We're not the kind of people who is going to keep money and hungry and keep money and want to do. We have other things to do and not do it. We're not that kind of people. And this is one thing that they find out about us. This is one thing they have found out about us. And by the way, December, or no, February. In December here, you pass in the Chinese store and you hear some jingle bells and the Christmas carols played.
Last, sir.
You didn't know this?
Probably never noticed.
Yeah, man, you hear the Chinese store them playing
Know them do
Christmas.
it, sir. Slack,
You
sir.
know,
I know them do it, but specifically this December, I never see it. But I know them keep up them foolishness there. Slack, sir.
every Christmas.
Gone.
And then, what kind of music would generally listen to when it comes to Easter?
Probably regular gospel music.
Regular gospel. All right. When it touch, if you notice their stores, when it touch any kind of any kind of season that they know that black people celebrate, they don't celebrate it, you know. But you hear them playing the music and them set up the environment. They put up Christmas decorations, play Christmas carols, but they themselves don't celebrate Christmas. Because
Right.
that's all we are to them, you know, commodities. So, like I said, even from the time of Nehemiah, this was all we were to most of them because the days that they chose to come and sell to us. I mean, look at even today. Which day is a big spending day? Saturday, Sabbath. Still the Sabbath.
Right.
We still spend. They still what are you putting on market to us on our Sabbath. So this is not something which is new or something which is you know 100 years old or 200 years old or 400 years old. This is something which is thousands of years old. I find that in place like it, yeah, Jamaica here and the Caribbean in general. Oh, by the way, welcome to our TikTok viewers. Those of you watching us on TikTok, welcome to I.S.U.P.K Jamaica Wednesday law class. Wednesday evening law class. All right. But you see, when it comes to when it touch the Chinese holidays, you don't sometimes you don't even know that them celebrate. How you know the Chinese holidays. If you go to you see the Chinese restaurant where they decorate with the Chinese writing and thing. Whenever there's a Chinese holiday, they decorate their restaurants. So if you go in their restaurant on their holiday, you will see the China, but you'd have to know Chinese writing too. But you will notice the different decorations because that's one of their holiday. But outside of that, you don't even know when it's their holiday. When it's their holy day, so to speak, that they celebrate unto their God. You don't even know it. But they know all of our days. We love to celebrate Mother's Day. We love to. Father's Day is not the big thing in Jamaica, really. I mean, stores don't stock out for Father's Day because, in any case, my British here. In any case, mommy not spend no whole lot of money on daddy. They spend the money on mothers. So Mother's Day is a big thing. Stores pack out from Mother's Day and then Valentine's Day. This month now you're gonna have Valentine's Day. You watch and see how many stores and people go out for Valentine's Day. But outside of that, I mean, they just, the big one is the Christmas. Because Christmas shopping is not just a 1 day shopping, you know.
Right.
Christmas shopping takes place 2, 3, sometimes the whole month.
Gun.
So sometimes for the entire month of December, they will make good money. So they go out, they go all out for those days. You know, when it touch Saturday, they never say, well, you know, this is these people Sabbath. It's their day of rest. Let us allow them to take their rest. Nope. They couldn't care less. All right, you find any video that we can use?
May have the
You have one
Ghetto
of the,
Kirk. Still like,
you
yeah.
have one from Ghetto Kirk.
Yeah, the one where the popular one we call the Lady Dunce. We have that one there.
See if you're coming out wholesale and you
Hold
can't
on,
read.
don't break it, don't
That's
break
all
it.
right. Me help you.
Hold
Right?
it, hold it.
But you see if you can't read, I'll go
Hold it, hold it.
on and read.
Pause. Pause it.
Like the things
All
that
right.
me have to
Gun,
deal
gun,
with
sir.
them. Only come in here. Ask me. The
Pause it,
germs
man. Pause it.
lotion.
Germs lotion. All right, so let's get into some reading. We're going to read Nehemiah chapter, I think what, 13. Nehemiah
Gun and
chapter
one
the
gun.
last verse chapter 13.
Gun and one gun. This is the book of Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 1. And that day they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabites should not come into the congregation of God forever.
All right, so the Ammonites are the Japanese and the Moabites are the Chinese.
Right.
They are banned. The Most High banned them from coming. The congregation is today we say population, but the scripture you call the mass of us the congregation. Today, the church now profane that word to use to mean the body of the church. But congregation is really the entire Israelite nation. That's where the word came from, congregation. So the Chinese and the Japanese should not come into our congregation. Never. Read on.
Right. Gun 1 Con, verse 2. Because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them that he should curse them. Albeit our God turned the curse into a blessing.
All right. So this is the reason why the Most High, you know, and people we talk about, oh, God is such a loving and forgiving God. And let me tell you something. When God hate people, he hate them favor. We Israelites have to be lucky. Have to just, what did I say now? Just be be happy that the Most High has never hated us. Right? The Most High love us so much that other nations that try to hurt us, he hate them forever.
Right.
And you think that in these last days that has changed. Talk about, oh, Jesus died for everyone. Really? So, oh, they don't try when America take over, when America dropped the nuclear bomb on Japan in World War II, you realize they didn't even push Christianity on them after Japan surrendered to America. They didn't even push Christianity on them.
Right.
So if Christ died for everyone, should I do it, man? That was a perfect opportunity to teach some Christianity on them. And you didn't. Because you know that they have no lot and part in the Most High's congregation.
Right.
Right? But they go right throughout all the Israelite countries. The entire northern kingdom from all the way down the South America, all the way up. Preach Christianity in many different languages to them. Preach it in Spanish, preach it in English, preach it in Portuguese. Right? Yeah.
Christianity is the white man's religion, but when, him use it as a weapon against other nations. Because if him get other nations to be Christians, they will worship him as God. It seemed like when them drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, job was already done, so them not even bother spread the Christianity. Because Christianity would mean like that, they are still attacking, Them use Christianity on us.
We are the only set of people that they invade and spread Christianity on.
Right.
They have never gone to Egypt and done it. They have never done it in Libya, amongst the Libyans. They have never done it against Ethiopia. They adopted Christianity themselves. Nobody never forced it on them. And which other nation? The Canaanites. Nobody never forced it on them. All right, the Japhetites. Which Japhetite nation does they force Christianity on? None that I can remember. Not even the Hawaiians. None that I can recall. All right, which the Ammonites, who are the Japanese, they don't force it on them. They don't force it on the Chinese. Right? But when you check the section of Africa that we were concentrated before, where they took us from for slavery, they spread Christianity in that region. They spread Christianity in all the Northern Kingdom Israelites. They spread it in Haiti. They spread it in Jamaica, Trinidad, all English-speaking Caribbean. We're a Christian nation, right? Just stated. So why have they targeted us only, really, and not the other nations? Because of the white Christ. We are the ones they want to conquer and put the white Christ on. Because in subjecting the Japanese or the Chinese, that is not what make them rule the earth, It's bringing us under subjection.
Right.
Because the earth was promised to, the rulership of this earth is promised to us as Israelites. So if any nation want to rule the earth, would have to first put us under subjection. Which is why we have been conquered by almost every nation under this earth. Right? The Egyptians used to have us. We made them the richest and most powerful country on the face of the earth. The Most High whipped their asses. The Babylonians, the Assyrians, Greek, Rome, you name them, all the way down. Right? And from the time of Baalim, it seems as if the Moabites, well, it's both of them, the Ammonite and the Moabite. It seems as if they have realized something about us from that time. because what they get that Obeah man to do was to try to put a spell on us to make us always sin. Yeah, today you call it Obeah. And this curse of Balaam, it's mentioned even all the way down in Revelation. If we go to Revelation 2, and I think 17. Revelation chapter 2 and 7. Hold on. Is it 17? Let me find it. All right, the church in Thyatira. All right. All right, I think we go down to 20 something here. We talk about Baalim. Where the Mosai says he know the works of that church because all right, I think it's up verse here, place here. Their works are labor, the patience. All right, it's in Revelation chapter 2. You see where it mentioned about Baalim?
14.
It's 14. Right, in verse 14. It's mentioned in Revelation where the same curse from all the way up in, what was it, Deuteronomy, in Moses' time. It's the same principle these nations push on us, where they push idolatry and unclean food. All right, verse 14. All right, read 14.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 14. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication.
Right. So that fornication is not so much sexual fornication, but spiritual fornication, where in which we worship other gods, go to other religion, even Christianity. Christianity is not pure. I mean, that Christ that they give you is not in the Bible. The
Right.
description of that, the physical description and the works perpetrated by that white Christ. Not in the Bible. So where it come from? That is fornication. That is them nation teaching you now to go and serve other gods. They know that by you serving other gods, they will be what? Victorious over you. Right, sorry about that. Computer wasn't plugged in, almost went on. Right, by we serving other gods and keeping the temple unclean in terms of food and who we worship, they reign supreme.
Right.
So you see that even in Revelation here, the Most High is letting them know that I know this works, that you do it, This is the church in Pergamos. I don't remember where was Pergamos, right? But he said, I know where it said again. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam. So within that church, there are people who still hold on to the doctrine of Balaam that taught us to sin. So in other words, they are amongst you, but their job is not to uplift you. Their job is to get you to sin. Right? And you see, even in Nehemiah time, it was raised. And it's in Revelation. So why we think that today it's okay to hands and gloves with everybody? Right? Which is why the Most High said we have we go again with we have a knowledge of God. Sorry. We have a love for God, but not according to knowledge.
Can.
You can't find that one?
Can or one can. Can or one can. This is the book of Romans chapter 10 and 2, and it says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
Right. That's us. Yeah, man. You ask anybody, in the dance, you love God, put up your hand. Yeah, man. All hands gone up. But that love is not according to knowledge.
Right.
All right. Now give me, if we love him, what do we do? I think it's on 1 John or somebody.
Can or one can. This is the book of John, chapter 14 and 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
John 14 and what?
And 15, sir.
John 14 and 15 tell you, if you love God, the Most High say, if you love me, we say?
Keep my commandments.
Keep, right. So how are we every day saying that we love God and yet we're not keeping his commandments?
Right.
That makes us what? What's the word that you would have to give to us? You say you love somebody, but you do nothing that the person says. That makes you what?
A hypocrite.
An hypocrite. So that makes us hypocrites. And this is what the Most High hates. We always talk about we love him and yet still we do nothing that he says. Yeah. When we see the commandments, we talk how hard it is to keep, and if God never want you to eat pork, he would make pig. The most I make junk to you know, and because that animal you not eat it. But for some reason you choose the pig. Yeah, you said they act sweet. But I mean, he make other animals that you wouldn't eat as well. So what is the big thing about that now? It's not God you love, it's yourself you love. All right, back to book of Nehemiah.
Colonel one can. Colonel one can. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and 3. Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude.
All the when they read this in the law that the Ammonites and the Moabites should not be in the congregation forever, they take action. Because what was happening? Many of us were marrying Chinese and Japanese for commercial purposes. Because they've been good at commerce, and we have the inroad, meaning we have we are in the population already. So we make marriages now so that they can bring in their Chinese wear and their Chinese this and Japanese this and Japanese that and sell. And because we're married to them, yeah, we make money too. So it was all a commercial business arrangement. All right time now for you give me those that which you are holding.
Colonel one can.
See if you come in a wholesale and you can't read, that's alright. Me help you. Right? See if you come in a wholesale and you can't read, that's alright. Me help you. Right? But you see if you can't read and you go on like you can read, at them time that you look like fool. Let me give you an example. The things that me have to deal with at the time. One lady come in here and ask me the germs lotion. Germs lotion. And then when me ask her, germs lotion, miss? I don't know, germs lotion, that one there up there, so. No problem when people dance, you know. But how you fit dance? I have attitude with it. And that me not get. How? That don't make no sense. See if you
All
come in
right.
a wholesale, read,
Stop it now.
that's all right.
So you see, this is all we are to them, you know, commodity. I mean, you have a customer where not as literate as you. You lucky enough that you get to be literate. And you check him, he probably don't even know Japanese language, you know. That is why him speak patois so much. Right? Because he obviously was born among us. Probably maybe not some intermarriage take place somewhere there. Right? But the Most High is not in for those things. But his arrangement, his purpose for being around us is what? Commerce. So we're going to see same thing in Nehemiah time. Their reason for wanting to be among us is just commerce. The Most High does not promote any such arrangement with we. Not, not even with ourselves. In don't put commerce above. You know what the Most High put as number one for our Israelite nation? Keeping the laws.
Right.
Because it is by keeping the laws that we actually hold the nation together. When we not keeping the laws, it goes like this. And this is one thing that the other nations have found out. The powerful of the other nations, they have found that out, and they have been using it to the detriment of us. And we have been allowing that to happen. I mean, when it read in Nehemiah time, Nehemiah was a governor, so he had power. So, I mean, it is really, it takes power to make these significant changes. And this is where Christ comes in. So we have to look to the one who has the power to make the significant change, so that he can get these nations back in them place and you start worshiping God the way you should worship God. So you can hold your rightful place in this earth. All right. But for as long as we are around these people and look up to them, we're getting nowhere.
Right.
We think that they are the model citizens. This is the next thing America promote. Promote which nation? It is the Asians, the entire Asians, or was it the Chinese? Which one do we call the model citizen?
Model minority, really talking about the Asians.
Asians in general.
Gone.
Right. So, and America have more Chinese. America have more Chinese in there than Japanese, and them overthrow Japan. Yet still, you have way more Chinese over there than Japan. I mean, the Japanese, the Chinese population is huge. Yes, I know that, but there are way more Chinese in America than Japanese, than Filipinos, than Vietnamese, and this is another thing too. They had conquered the Vietnamese, even though they lost the Vietnam War. They lost the battle with Vietnam, but they won the war actually, because Vietnam actually became westernized. The amount of Vietnamese that is in America, and yet still no Christianity was pushed on them. They
Right.
didn't push Christianity on the Vietnamese, the Cantonese, right? The Philippines, all of them. They don't push Christianity on them. But when it comes to us now, you're saying name the pastors, them with them evangelists, them with them sent out here to Jamaica, like there was Oral Roberts, Richard Roberts. Who else?
I know about Gino Jennings.
All right, Gino Jennings. Him is a Israelite.
I think TD Jake are one of them too. Have try set up shop in a Jamaica.
TD Jakes ever come to Jamaica?
Him have a branch and church out in a Rockfort there. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, the Potter's house.
Okay. I have Jim Whittington. As a matter of fact, all the evangelical churches have its roots in America. The Seventh Day Adventists, the Baptists, Church of God, New Testament, all of them, they have their roots. Their founders is in America, you know. And it was the evangelism came out here. Yet still these nations that America militarily conquered, they don't push them in them. They don't push Christianity on them. But they push it on us to the point where we were actually almost whipped to go to church. Hmm? But these people come among us and they try to make fun of you know, our people's illiteracy and you're here to do business. I mean, if you're going to teach a lady something, teach him. We put up on video and like you didn't call her name still, but like you are embarrassing people. You know how much food Chinese them up. You go back to China and you see how much idiot uneducated Chinese there in your country. You come and talk about the one little person who a body upset that is germs lotion. Hmm? And that is just one thing. Yeah? There are several of them out here who post videos, and they're the one that I'm talking about. I had the link, but I can't find it. Where him say, look at the Chinese. All right, let me try something. Maybe I think this is the man. I think I found it. I think this is the one. Yeah. All right, take down get up her.
Cancel.
All right, let me try this one.
Post-slavery. But has U.S. fear of Chinese competition been shaping a funny Jamaican cynicism for our new Chinese immigrants? This is Wake Up and Live with Bob. The Jamaican government has all but begged foreign investors to invest in Jamaica, but they all seem to cut their eyes as the government asks them or request of them to pay Jamaican workers a basic minimum wage. So why then are Jamaicans so unsettled about the new Chinese class of investors? From childhood, I've never seen a Chinese business fail. That's not to say that they've never failed, but I see them as the people who've always baked our patties, baked our cocoa bread, baked our hard dough bread, slice our cheese, bake our buns, and they are the ones whose mini marts have now turned into super mega marts. That is a business track record that has served Jamaica well for many years.
All right, so yeah, this was the one that we did the class on. Now, because what we had brought out is that they were able to do all this because they were getting um, goods on concession from Grace Kennedy, the main one, but then for almost 100 years, for as long as there was a Grace Kennedy, the Chinese were getting goods on concession from them. Plus, they were getting, you know, bank overdraft from the banks. You just write the check and you call the bank and say, yeah, a check coming in for X. I know I don't have it in the account. Just hold it for me. I soon bring the money. And whether they might take a couple of days or bring it by the evening or whichever time. They had that privilege. We didn't. Now, when him said I will never see a Chinese business fail, maybe him too young to see that. But Chinese, when Chinese fail in Jamaica, you don't really know. They used to just lock up the business and go in one of them backyard or somewhere there inside and hang themselves. And that gave rise to the Chinese Benevolent Society who start to help them when they fall on hard time because they know that them people that take them things hard, that their people take the failure so hard that they kill themselves. We black people will fail when we don't kill ourselves. For we can
Right.
kill ourselves. We go and try again. And because they know how their people are, they used to help their people financially. Like, this man I know how to meet up on hard time and but this one have money. He help him. Because anyhow this one feel him or kill himself and to look bad upon the Chinese. so help him. But
And slack.
go on.
And slack, yes, sir. Them know say them can't go back to China and find opportunity. The opportunity is here where them benefit off a we. So, you know
All
what I
right.
mean?
And those Chinese were born here.
Right.
And China had become communists. So they couldn't take the chance to go back to China. Right? They had to grin and bear it in Jamaica. Or go take the rope. Right? And it's no way different from way back. That is how they behave amongst us. I mean, we are just commodities to them. Right? But yeah, this was the video I was looking for. Finally find. Where this man was doing a commentary telling us, follow the Chinese model. Whatever can play some more. Play a little more. And you're
Chinese are reopening businesses, closed and failed businesses all over Jamaica in rural areas where businesses once thrived for 15, 20 years ago, but no longer exists. Chinese have been opening up that sort of business, and have been doing well and contributing well to the GDP of Jamaica. If they're ever a concern about Chinese leasing airports or seaports or leasing land concession, you please remember this. In the United States, for example, nearly all its seaports are leased by foreign businesses. They're leased and run by foreign businesses, and that's something most people don't realize.
all right. No, first of all, this man obviously don't know what I'm talking about now. When the Chinese lease our seaport and they wanted to build up Goat Island to make it a transshipment point, their intention was to put a military base there. That's one. And two, drugs. Yeah, we behave as if they are not drug traders too.
So that yeah.
Isn't opium 100% Chinese?
Right. And fentanyl.
Yeah. And if fentanyl is Chinese and it is growing so much in the US, who you think pushing it?
Chinese.
Okay. But these are the people now that the white man want to push on us as model citizens.
Right.
Well, maybe we should take them as model indeed, yes, because those of us who want to push drug, if we follow the Chinese, you won't get caught. Because
God.
I don't see them getting caught. So, in that sense, maybe that is the model that we need to follow. And learn how to spy on America. Can we make some of them weather balloon, them high altitude weather balloon?
Right.
You know what's the interesting thing with this weather balloon? Is not every plane can fly that high, that balloon that was over America that they say is a spy that America says as China using to spy on them.
Gone, sir.
The height that the balloon it was at, America after dipping its expensive arsenal. I think the missile that they used to shoot on the cheap balloon was a $400 million missile, you know. So then people start to say, so why America should use that expensive missile to shoot down a cheap balloon? They say, boy, to the height that it is at, not many planes can go up there. And the other kind of missile them will just fly through the balloon, just enter, exit, and the balloon keep on floating because they try it already. They try shoot down balloon like that already. And all happens is that they bore up with holes, but it still float. But this missile now just hit the balloon, explode, and bring it down. 400 million. Something like that. Expensive missile. But these are the Chinese. Don't forget, you know, these were the people who tried to put a spell on us to make us worship other gods and not our God. Right?
Right.
Just remember that they try to use them head. They are smart in their own way.
In my mind, I can only think of perhaps about 8 or so seaports in the United States that is actually run by local companies. Most of those companies are leased and run by foreign investors. This does not mean that foreign investors in any way own your country or is taking over.
And another thing with the Chinese coming out here to invest. Has anybody ever really search and investigate as to where they get the money from? Right, they get the money from their state Chinese Exim Bank operating in Jamaica. It's not operating out here for us, right? We're not getting money from them, from the Chinese Export Import Bank. It's in Jamaica. Chinese benefit from those. Chinese come out here with them. Then I don't know how they access it. If they access it when they reach, or they access it from they were in their country. But it's not what meets the eye when you're dealing with the Chinese. It's not what meets the eye that you see. That is there. There's a lot more there than what meets the eye. Just remember that whenever you're dealing with them. That's how they are. Right? And they were the first ones in Jamaica to start teach we how to run bandolo business, you know. They used to get the Milo. You remember, you remember one time we say Milo mixed with dirt.
Yeah, me no remember that time, but you
And a
know what I
long
mean.
time ago, you know. It's not long ago. It's not that long ago. I think it's less than 10 years.
Okay.
The Milo. Say we are mixing Milo and now mix out. It come like dirt in it. They were doing that. You know the soap when the red soap that carbolic, you know carbolic.
Gone, sir.
One time they were using G's. They were putting G's in the carbolic soap. Because I know carbolic is one of the it's a cheap, but it is it's probably the highest antibacterial soap we have out here, and it's made out here. I think when they took over separate, they start putting G's in the carbolic soap. You can't use carbolic soap, it burn your skin. They did that. You remember the Bandolo name brand thing downtown?
Gone.
That was them. You remember a couple of years ago in Maypen year 2, when they bust a Chinese human trafficking ring, when they were importing workers from China, house them in Jamaica, basically as slaves, working them below minimum wage. Feed them and everything, and house them, but the pay that they were getting was way below minimum wage. You remember that story?
Can't I recall that, Slakia.
Then all them things are not scamming, man. All of the evils that our people know can be pointed to another nation. Scamming. The Nigerian then come out of a month ago and teach you that. Gun runnings. CIA come out and teach you that. Of it going on the hillside, scout out other your own brother who have another political view other than yours and kill it.
Right.
Gangsterism, they teach that. Bandulism, the Chinese. So you see, if we had other, what we learned from the Indian? How to be stingy.
Slakia, how to smoke weed and grow dreads.
Thank you. Weed smoking and dreadlocks.
Okay.
And I mean, everything that we as the Most High's people do that upsets the Most High, we learn it from the other nation.
Right.
And they are smart too. When they teach you that you don't learn anything else, so that's what you do. You come up and doing that. In Nigeria, and then come out here and them run credit card scam. One man of all 3-4 credit card clone from other people in Europe, America, wherever. And they're smart enough not to use one credit card too much time. That's why they carry 3 and 4. You know? And they don't take no big money off it in any one time. Which caused the whole international credit card system of reorganize. How to forge money, the biggest money forging, what do you call that now? We call it again with them print. So
Counterfeit.
Counterfeit. The biggest counterfeit I see a white man them do it in America, about $1 billion US. Print in the same mint. Print in the same federal mint, And they managed to thief about $1 billion, which was, so when you look at it and you look on the regular US dollar, it's the same thing. You know what make them know say is not one sanctioned by the US government? When you check the serial number. The banks can't know. Is when it goes into America and they touch a federal bank. Then they say, no, we didn't issue this note. That is one of the biggest US dollar scam. If you notice, the US dollar change up after a while and start looking like having security features like the rest of other people, like our money and so on, right? Other nation did that. But we think that they are the model citizens, these other nations.
Right.
Maybe that is why we are so full of crime and other things. We look at them as, these are the people to emulate. We only emulate in their criminal ways. All right, let's go back to Nehemiah.
Can everyone can? This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, and verse 4. And before this, I.S.U.P.K, the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied unto Tobiah. Verse 5. And he had prepared.
I think Tobiah was one of them I don't think I don't remember if he was a governor, but he was one influential person who was up in the land that was for the Northern Kingdom, but it was under the same Persian people, so they were right around Jerusalem as well. So one of Tobiah managed to get Tobiah. Remember, Tobiah was one of them who was opposing the rebuilding at Jerusalem. Now him get an ally from among the priests in the form of Eliashib. Continue.
Conor 1 Con, verse 5. And he had prepared for him a great chamber, where aforetime they laid the meat offerings, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the corn, the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the offering of the priests.
All right, so we know that a chamber is a room, right? So in this large room, there's so much things used to go in it. Meat offerings they used to put meat offering there. They used to put frankincense. They used to put the vessels that are used in the temple, tithes of the corn, tithes of the new wine, tithes of the oil. That was for the Levites and the singers and the porters to feed them. Used to go in that room. Now, this man became allied with a priest in the form of Eliashib, and Eliashib take out all those things and put him in that room. Read on.
Conor 1 Con, verse 6. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem, for in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes, king of Babylon, came I unto the king, and after certain days obtained I leave of the king.
Read on.
Verse 7. And I came to Jerusalem and understood of the evil that Eliashib did for Tobiah, in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God.
So, in other words, he can give Tobiah a room to stay in the temple where is only the Levites and the priests supposed to go. If you're not Israelite, you're not supposed to go in there. And this was what? Because of whatever reason, maybe it was because of intermarriage. We know this heathen influenced the priests to do things like that. Read on.
Conor 1 Con, verse 8. And it grieved me sore. Therefore I cast forth all the household stuff of Tobiah out of the chamber.
Right. So you see what Tobiah had in there. It's a room that is supposed to store food for your people. It's important things stored in there, you know. And what you take those important things, the corn, the oil, the wine, food that would feed your priest, your porters, your singer, right? Those Levites. And you turn it in a bedroom for this man. You see, I tell you, they have no good intention towards you. No good intention towards us. Now, if that isn't being in the side of the north, I don't know what is why. Right? They want that because that they know outside of the holy of holies and in the place that room is one of the most important room in the temple there now, because that is where you have everything that you require to run the temple is stored and to feed your priest. But you take them out and you give it to him for him to live in there, to be a bedroom. You see, sometimes you're a priest. I mean, one thing you realize when you read the scripture about Israelite priests, there were no softy. Well, I'm talking like in the terms of Nehemiah, who was a governor. He was no softy. You throw him out and throw out the household stuff them. Who you be? come out of this.
Right.
Read on.
Gunner 1 Con, verse 9. And I commanded, and they cleansed the chambers, and thither brought I again the vessels of the house of God, with the meat offerings and the frankincense.
Yeah, man, I have to cleanse that, man. Wash it down, burn some incense in it, clean it out. If it like today, I use paint, repaint it, and use it for what it was meant for. Right, this Eden come cock up in I boy, I tell you boy. This if this not liberty, I don't know what liberty is.
Gun.
When say take liberty, I mean the Jamaican term when say I can't take liberty, I mean. Read on.
Gunner 1 Con, verse 10. And I perceived that the portions of the Levites had not been given them, for the Levites and the singers that did the work were fled every one to his field.
Meaning that they had to know what? They were fled to the fields, mean that what? They had to go to the field to do what?
To start work. Find
Work.
different work for do.
Let me go work.
Gun.
Because this room that you're supposed to store so that we can, the time that we take to work now, we can put it in the service of our people. But you take that room that is supposed to store our food and put a heathen in there to live and force now me to go and work. When the work that I should be doing is for the people and to be fed by the people. But you throw out all that to put in a heathen in there. So you see, if this is sabotage. Go on. So this is how they keep us in sin. This is one of the ways, because by those men have to now go out and work, what is going to happen? Pretty soon now, the work at the temple is going to fall. Read on.
Gunner 1 Con, verse 11. Then contended I with the rulers, and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? And I gathered them together, and set them in their place.
Read on.
Verse 12. Then brought all Judah the tithes of the corn, and the new wine, and the oil unto the treasuries.
Right. So you have the place to store it now, so the people start bring those in back to the temple. Right? Corn, you can't make bread, corn, wine used in our ceremonies, oil for anointing. Read on.
Gunner 1 Con, verse 13. And I made treasurers over the treasuries, Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe, and of the Levites, Pedaiah, and next to them was Anan the son of Zachar, the son of Mattaniah, for they were counted faithful, and their office was to distribute unto their brethren.
Right. So their office now was to distribute these oil and wine and corn to those. So you have to now take these men back out the field so that they can be of service to the temple and to the people and be fed by the people. Read on.
Gunner 1 Con, verse 14. Remember me, O my God, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for the offices thereof. Verse 15. In those days saw I in Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and laden asses, as also wine, grape, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals.
All right. So just like today, isn't that the day that market run? Right on the
Con-
Sabbath? Yeah. Just like today. So who you think doing this? Is it we do it to ourselves or the heathens nudge us in this way through their power? That's what happened, right? Because our government set up work time from Monday to Friday. That's a major work time. So you only have Saturday and Sunday to go and do your business. As a matter of fact, in times gone by, businesses it was unlawful to do business on a Sunday, but it wasn't unlawful to do business on a Saturday. So you were forced to do business on a Saturday. So you'd have to run to the market and do your, as it call them, victuals. That's the food for the week. You go on that day and you go shop. Boops, come back home because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, straight work. You don't have no time to go and buy this, buy that. So they bring in all these things in the city on the Sabbath, fully orchestrated by the Ethans. Continue.
Conner 1 Con, verse 16. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah, and in Jerusalem.
Right. So Jerusalem and all the other cities of Judah, they come in on the Sabbath to sell. Come in on a Saturday. You see how our town areas get busy on a Saturday? It's not new. And this is pushed by the Ethans. Continue.
Conner 1 Con, verse 17. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, what evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day?
Right. I mean, so you see, this is the evils they have us pushing today. Why is it evil? Because how many people can get to focus on what the most I want us to focus on a Saturday, on a Sabbath? It's a regular business day. As a matter of fact, it's a bigger business day than than the other days. Read on.
Conner 1 Con, verse 18. Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us, and upon this city? Yet he bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath.
Right. So the same thing will just get punished as the same thing they're coming back to do. But Nehemiah now, who was one that was, you know, God bless his soul, firm in the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and didn't see these things and just, you know what, make it go on. No, he saw it, recognized it was wrong, and make steps to correct that. Read on.
Conner 1 Con, verse 19. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gate, that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day.
All right. So he being a governor now, so his servants would be men like who? Like police, right? So these men now were men of authority who answered to him, put them at the gate, and said, no, these gates not going to open until after the Sabbath. Read on.
Conner 1 Con, verse 20. So the merchants and sellers of all kind of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice.
Right. So the gate lock, but them stay up on the outside and I try sell same way. Read on.
Another one can, verse 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath.
Right. So the governor threatened you to lay hands on you. What he's going to do now, he's going to bring law upon you, arrest you, charge you, whip you, whatever. He was governor. He had the authority over Jerusalem. So if he's going to lay hands on you, this is not a fist fight that you're going to break out into. You know, this is the law coming down on you. Read on.
Another one can, verse 22. And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and that they should come and keep the gates, to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy.
Right. So what Nehemiah was doing was allowing the people the free, the give them the will, give them the how would I say now, the strength, right, to do what the law said we should do on the Sabbath, which is don't plan any work. And what Christ taught us, you know, is that if you have to work, you work, because if your ass should fail in the ditch on a Saturday, you won't pull him out. But you can't have this big whoop marketplace on the Sabbath when the people should be focusing on their God. You don't give a rat's ass about them. All right? Which nation on this earth could we as Israelites on their day, that on their idolatrous day, we decide to go amongst them and sell?
Right.
You would get whipped. Read on.
Another one can, verse 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab.
Right. Intermarriage. So a lot of these selling now could be as a result of the intermarriage. Because you went and married them now, they know what is inside, what how your nation function. So that is how they know that what a Saturday is a whole lot of people gather. Can come sell and hustle and make some money. You understand? So they have to be amongst you to know this, you know. Intermarriage. That's what causes it. Read on.
Another one can, verse 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people.
So in other words, these other nations that they married, they were half Jew and half Ashdod, half Jew, half Ammon, half Jew, half Moabite. But they couldn't speak the Jewish language. They were either speaking Ashdod, speaking Ammon, and speaking Moabite. Couldn't even speak a full Jew language. Guess what? They bear rule over many of our people. And this earth, Nehemiah, this is exactly what is happening today. These are the kind of people that is bearing rule over us. Which is why we having it so hard to not sin. Read on.
Another one can, verse 25. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and pluck off their ear, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
And this is what is in our law, right? This is what is in our law, that we don't take their daughters to our son, nor take their their sons to our daughters. No intermarriage. 26.
Ghana 1 Khan, verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
Right. I want to read what First Kings and Second Kings chapter 11. It tells you about that. What caused Solomon to sin? Intermarriage. You know, some Christians say, because Solomon have many wives. Solomon have wives of other nations. That's
Right.
why the Most High punish him, because he was not supposed to do it. That was what caused the kingdom to split. Yet still we want to do it today. We should not. Read on.
Ghana 1 Khan, verse 27. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives?
All right. Let's go to what is it? Was it First or Second Kings? Chapter 11. Solomon's story. I think it's Second King. All right, First Kings. First Kings 11.
Ghana 1 Khan,
Read from 1 to 8.
Ghana 1 Khan. This is the book of First Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites.
So these were the powerful nations back then, you know. Egypt, Pharaoh, Pharaoh and all that, Egypt wasn't all that powerful again, but they were still around. Women of the Moabites were there, they were powerful among us, around us. The Ammonites, the Japanese, the white men, the Zidonians who were Africans, and the Hittites who were Africans. I think Zidon and the Hittites, they were Canaanites, two of them. The Canaanites were the powerful African nation then, them and the Egyptian. Ethiopia was way down there at the next end. Right? So Solomon now loved, and the Most High called these strange women. Read on.
Ghana 1 Khan, verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon claved unto these in love.
All right. Read on.
Ghana 1 Khan, verse 3. He had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
All
Verse
right.
4.
So that was the problem. This is what the women, the strange women do.
Right.
That's why in Nehemiah time, these children did not speak Jew, which was the Hebrew. They did not speak Hebrew. They spoke the language of their mother or the other nation that they married, that the Israelite married into, whether it was father or mother. All right, read on.
Ghana 1 Gun, verse 4. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father.
All right. Now, when you reach certain age, you depend on the woman. As a man, it's the woman that who generally gonna become your nurse when you reach the age that you now need somebody to hold your hand and lead you to walk. So
Right.
guess what now? They hold you hand and lead you into their temple. And when they come to you and say they want, because you're rich and powerful, they want you to build a temple unto their God, and you said, no, me can't do that. The mind sharp, then kick your stick and make you fall down one time you walking on the stick, They can ill treat you. So you try to please them. And we in our infinite wisdom is smarter than God. Yeah. So we have to listen to him. The most I tell him not to do these things because he knows that you're gonna get old, and he knows the influence that these people have over you.
Right.
These nations were in existence as a nation before us, before we come on the scene. We were the last nation to form. When we went in the land, all the other nations were already there. Some of them were there for hundreds of years. When we were in Egypt for 400 years as slaves, what do you think happened? The white man was there ruling himself, the Egyptian was governing himself, the Moabites was there governing themselves, the Ammonites, the Elamites, all of them were there governing themselves and learning how to be a nation before us.
Right.
So when the Most High came and gave us these laws, we believe that we know more than him. Mm-mm. He knows more than us. He knows that they are going to change your heart after a while. Read on. How far you finish?
Yes, a verse to verse 8.
Right.
So like we have verse 5.
Okay, read on.
Ghana 1 Gun, verse 5. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites.
Right. So as it says in verse 1 that he loved daughters of Pharaoh, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Zidonians. So him start to follow the gods of these women that he married. I mean, they might be beautiful women, but that shows you that beauty is not the first thing you choose when you're choosing a woman. You look where her heart is. Who is the God that she follow? So now you see the wisdom behind the 6 month to a year rule in the UPK.
Right.
Understand? Because where the woman's heart is, they can lead you there. Read on.
Ghana 1 Gun, verse 6. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father.
Mhm.
Verse
So
7.
we know that
So
David walked with God all the days of his life. But Solomon, allow women to lead them astray. Read on.
Canal 1 Can, verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
So you see, you notice from here ends now when we were reading about the kings who came after Solomon, you notice it always mentioned about the high places.
Can.
You see who started? Because it wasn't there
Can.
in the time of David. So the only reason for why it could survive throughout that hundreds of years is because it was perpetrated by the nobles, the ones in authority. So Solomon was the one who started it. So when Nehemiah was rebuilding Jerusalem, he made mention of Solomon because that was where the fall began, and that was about 300 or 400 years before we actually fell, right? Because there rose kings who would tear down the high places and say, no, we're not supposed to go this way, and kick it down and everything. And then someone of Solomon's son would come back and rebuild it. Right. Because of these things. Intermarriage. Read on.
Canal 1 Can. Verse 8. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burned incense and sacrifice unto their God.
Right. So Solomon brought these things after we, take them out. Then ain't gone all that far because they were somewhere around. We didn't kill out the nations around as the Most High had commanded us. And then Solomon went now and got married their children,
Right.
especially the Hittites, because they were one of the nations who we were supposed to get rid of. So rather than we get rid of them, now we learn their idolatrous, sorry, their idolatrous ways and teach our people it. All right, that is verse what? Verse 8.
Verse 8, sir.
All right, let's go back to Nehemiah now.
Canal 1 Can. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 28.
All right, before we reach 28, we'll go back up to 26.
Canal 1 Can. Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
Right. That was a king. That was a king which the Most High had love above, maybe even more than David, right? But even him, he blessed Solomon in ways he didn't bless David. And even him, women caused to sin. So they now believe that they can come in Nehemiah time and go marry other women and not sin. When it was showing up its head by their children not speaking the Hebrew tongue. And many of them in position of authority and can barely speak like today. None of the nations, none of them amongst us can barely speak your English that we speak, but they are in your nation serving you. Or in your nation being lord over you, right? But they can't hardly speak the language. It's just like today. This is why I say, Rome really study this Bible. And they don't know it the way that we know it, but they know it enough to keep you oppressed. You understand what I'm saying?
Another one can.
Yeah, they know it enough to keep you oppressed, and it's working for them. This is why Christ have such great reward for those who have managed to overcome this whole storehouse of crap that the nations seek to put on us. It takes strength to overcome this. Read on.
Another one can, verse 27. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives?
Right, so they were arguing, would have been arguing with Nehemiah. And of course, we can marry them and blah 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 blah. Nehemiah said, even Solomon fell because of these women. Should we listen to you then? Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives when he already tell us not to do so? Read on.
Another one can, verse 28. And one of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib, the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat the Aronite. Therefore, I chased him from me.
Right. So you see, they're trying to bring them, they hold on to their Eden side, so much so that they would put it over your Israelite side. It's your Israelite land you're in. So what Nehemiah do now? Nehemiah chasing him from before him. I mean, in this scripture, it say, "Therefore I chased him from me." I mean, it sounds simple, but that wasn't an easy run. That was harsh. Get away from me, because he was
Right.
what? He was an high priest, the son of. He was the what? The son. He was a grandson of the high priest. So that makes him now from a family of influence. He come run up his mouth and talk. Just like today, you start talking now, who want come talk to you now? Somebody some son whose father used to be a ruler in the nation, or was one of the rich people in the nation or something.
Right.
Are the ones who want to come and talk to you now and tell about, no, we can do this. Or some successful Rasta man who want to marry him Snow Bunny. Eh? Who come and tell about, we can do this and we can do that. It's in our laws that they don't do it. Read on.
Another one can, verse 29. Remember them, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood and the covenant of the priesthood and of the Levites.
All right. So that is big defiling, because as a priest, they can't marry nobody but a Levite. They can't even marry another Israelite tribe. They have to marry within the tribe. And they don't want to go and marry outside the entire Israelite nation. So he might have to take matters in his own hand. Read on.
Another one can, verse 30. Thus cleanse I them from all strangers, and appointed the wards of the priests and the Levites, everyone in his business.
All right.
Verse
So that's verse what?
30.
30.
Another one.
That's it. So you see, cleansing is not just washing. Today we take, when somebody say, oh, cleanse this and cleanse that, you think of washing the thing. But what did Nehemiah do? By cleansing them, he removed from among them the strange wives.
Right.
Right? Thus cleanse I them from all strangers and appoint the wards of the priests and the Levites, every one in his business. So they at the office of the Levite with their strange wife. That's why they remove the things that were supposed to be in this big room for the people and put this Eden in there to live because of their strange wife. So
Right.
Nehemiah came and he saw the root of the problem and he cleansed from amongst them their strange wives. And who come and run up their mouth and talk him, run them away. Move from here. Who, get away from here. Flee. That's how he cleansed them. He had nothing to do with wash them and pour holy oil on them and things. That is how the church want to cleanse you today. So you continue eat pork, continue in your intermarriage, continue to sin, go and take your communion and then bless you. So the baptizing and the communion now, that is what cleanses you, you know. It's not you changing from your sins.
Right.
But in Nehemiah now, Nehemiah understand what it means to cleanse people, right? Remove the sin from amongst them. Read on.
Another one can. Verse 31. For the wood offering at times appointed, and for the first fruits, remember me, O my God, for good.
Right. So he get the people now to start bring back these things to feed. Hey, these are the nation, you know. They believe that you're supposed to go get up every day and work hard, you know. So to them, having these men being singers and porters and so on, and the people feeding them, that hurt them to the core. So they went and studied and see how they could stop that. They say, all right, this is where everything is stored. Give this room to one of the Eden to live in. So the people now have to stop bringing the things. So now you have to go into the field and go work. It's just like today. What you hear them talk about today? Why you should not have it so easy, you know. I never have it easy. You have to work hard. You ever hear that?
Can, sir.
Of course you have heard that. You have heard them. They wanted to work as hard as they did. They don't think that you should, you know, be a priest and be fed by the people. That's why they say tithe wasn't money. And they, in their mind, their simple mind, don't even realize that this is what they learned from the Eden. The way they are interpreting is what they are learning from the Eden. So if tithe is corn and wine and oil, and you think it is just corn and wine and oil, well, bring it in. But you're not bringing it in because you don't believe that you should feed the Most High's people. You don't believe that. You believe that every man should go work hard for himself. All right. Take me now to book of 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. This is in the New Testament. When you talk about, you know, these things, Christians love to tell you that, but them things are from way back in the Old Testament days, man. A different thing in the New Testament. So this is why I'm like, after we talk about everything, we show you that you show it in the New Testament to show you that it hasn't changed.
Gunner one gun.
All right, read 16 and 17.
Gunner one gun. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 16. And what agreement has the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them. I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Right. Say, I will dwell in, dwell in them. So your body is the temple of God.
Right.
Read on.
Another one can, verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Now, this is in the New Testament, and the Most High still talk about unclean things. Still tell her to come out from among them.
Right.
Same thing that was in the Old Testament. Right? And watch this now. Where is that law now? I think it's what Deuteronomy 7 and 3. Can't find that.
7 and 3.
Right.
Another one can. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shall thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
All right. So when this is from way back, the Most High saying, don't make marriages with them.
Right.
So you come down now in 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Read that again.
Another one can. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
The Most High is still calling for separation. It's still a call for separation, even in the New Testament. You just one thing you need to remember as an Israelite, Christ is the same today, tomorrow, and forevermore. So whatever he said way back then is the same thing today. Right? Christ is the personification of Christ, of the Most High God on earth. So whatever Christ says, remember I'm telling you that him and the Father is in agreement. So whatever Christ says, what the Father says. So if the Father had said it in the law that you should be separate, and Christ, right there in the New Testament, come out from among them, and I will receive you. So that is why in today, that's why you come in the truth today. We can't allow intermarriage. We can't allow unclean food eating. I mean, to the best of our knowledge, because trust me, a lot of the clean foods that you buy, the method of preparation is done with some unclean thing, which is why the most I know how to make that what I call it now, escape route, where you say no, you're gonna eat poison things that are poisonous and it's not going to harm you. Because he knows what the Eden's is planned for us,
Right.
And to show you that they know what they are doing, when you look at the small lads today, who say that they are the true Jew, They don't eat the unclean foods, you know. And they know the things that are not prepared clean, and they don't eat it. So that shows you that if you're getting unclean food in a thing, and it's them same one own the factories that do it, they know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is why we have to be vigilant and Facebook user say need this. This Facebook user who said that he need this music. You can find it on YouTube, man. These music are on YouTube. All right. All right. 1968. You come here to make trouble all the while. You know. You always cover some foolishness. Don't even know what you're saying, you know. Mr. We're gonna call him Almost. 1968.
Okay.
Mr. Almost. Jesus is from the tribe of Judah. Jah, aka Jah, aka only Jah can judge me. Well, you must know why you say that. You know, people when we speak out and to people, you know, they love to talk about you can't judge me, only God can judge me. You know, say you're better off if you judge by we. Guess why?
Right.
Guess why I say that?
Because if the Most High judge you, you know what I mean, it's terrible. And if we judge you,
The most high judgment on them could be death.
right.
We ain't gonna kill you. All we're going to do is to speak to you the changes you need to make. So when they talk about only God can judge them, they don't even understand what they are saying. God judge hot. So let me state it. All right. So any questions? Comment?
Yeah, sir.
All right. So with that, we pass the class to Priest and Officer Kayad one.
All right, clap it up. All right, these are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if the brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like to give. All right, so if you want to pay your tithes, you understand, go over to ISUPK144.com. You understand, that is a new website. At the top, you will see tithes and donations. So, okay, I'll put it up on the screen. 1 second. All right, it seems like the website. That seems like the website I give some problem now. All right, it load. All right, so I put it up on the screen. If you want to pay your tithes, just go over to ISUPK144.com, pay your tithes, yeah, and it says tithes and donation. Right here, say tithes and donation. All right, reminding Slack, upcoming Holy Convocation, that is the Feast of Purim. This is the 14th day and 15th day of the 12th month, which is Sunday the 5th of March and Monday the 6th of March. You can find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say I Mariam, which means to stand. Sar, Wapanya, Akudam, which means to. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kwadash.
Kodash.
Aya.
Aya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwatka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Aya.
Aya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Barataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Aya.
Aya.
Washamayam.
Washamayim.
Athanlanawa.
Atanlanawa.
Lakam.
Nakam.
Kal.
Kan.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaklanawa.
Wasalaklanawa.
Kawabwatnawa.
Kawabwatnawa.
Kasalatnawa.
Kasalatnawa.
Kawabwatianawa.
Kawabwatianawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Thabaya anawa.
Tabayanawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashainawa.
Awashainawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwat.
Wa'ala.
Wahala.
Wa'athapara.
Wa'ataparat.
La'aiwalamyam.
La'aiwalamyam.
Aman.
Amen. In English. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts.
Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it.
All right. Prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
To the heathen that speak against us thy prophets.
To the heathen that speak against us thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school.
and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomite.
Curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites
And the nations.
and the nations
And their drug dealers.
and their drug dealers,
The court system.
the court system,
The prison system.
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood,
All the governments of our enemies.
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church,
Pope.
Pope,
Islam.
Islam,
Christianity.
Christianity,
Egyptology.
Egyptology,
Militia.
militia,
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads.
skinheads,
Posse Comitazi.
Posse Comitazi,
The gay movement.
the gay movement,
The lesbian movement.
the lesbian movement,
Spies.
spies,
Workers of witchcraft.
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space programs.
NASA space programs,
Army.
Army,
Navy.
Navy,
Air Force.
Air Force,
Marines.
Marines,
Wall Street.
Wall Street,
Open up the internet and the airways.
open up the internet and the airways,
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
the cable access channels and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us,
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen
that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words
that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of a thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel
Let Yahawashi, Michael, and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with the flying saucers
and punish all the heathen that come up against us,
and punish all the heathen that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that hath done it.
To be known by all that it is the angels that has done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world.
Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it.
In the name of Yahawashi, thank you always, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'asham Yahawashi,
Ba'asham Yahweh.
Baba Pasha,
Baba Kosha.
Nathan Lanawa,
Nathan Lanawa.
Akak,
Akak.
Hakak,
Akak.
Larpa'a,
Larapa'a.
Kalmakala,
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa,
Kalmadawa.
Hakak,
Akak.
Lata'a,
Lata'a.
Amatazarayam,
Amatazarayam.
Hakak,
Akak.
La'akwayam,
Lahakwayam.
Amathiam,
Amathiam.
Hakak,
Akak.
Arakawa,
Irakawat.
Atama'ala,
Atama'ala.
Lagarashan,
Gagarashan.
Ba'asham Yahawashi,
Ba'asham Yahweh.
THAWADAH Aman.
THAWADAH Aman. In English, what we have said, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh,
Yahweh, in the name of Yahawashi,
please give us the power.
please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers. power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirit to cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
the power against unclean spirits to cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. This is the prayer for the blessing to bless Israel.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua,
Ba'asham Yahushua.
Baraklanawa,
Baraklanawa.
Wayasharala,
Wayasharala.
Wa'a,
Waha.
Bayatsapariam,
Bayatsapariam.
Barak,
Barak.
Rapa'a,
Rapa'a.
Magan,
Magan.
Hagan,
Hagan.
Commanding General YAHANNA,
Commanding General YAHANNA.
generals,
The generals.
the captains,
The captains.
the officers,
The officers.
the troopers,
The troopers.
the young men and the sisters,
The young men and the sisters.
Ba'asham Yahushua,
Ba'asham Yahushua.
THAWADAH Aman.
THAWADAH Aman. What we just said in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be.
All right, sorry, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the men of Israel. I.M.A.D.M. Shabbat. I.M.A.D.M. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua Barakatha.
Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua Barakatam.
Yadamata, sorry, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. I.M.A.D.M. Shabbat. I.M.A.D.M. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'asham Yahushua.
Yahweh Shamar Alatan Ba'asham Yahushua.
Yadamata, class dismissed.
I found one of the top there. The curses. I send it to you. You get any other one?
The prayer for the curses. Yeah, I see that one there, sir. One way you send me.
I think I two me find. You get any other? You get the other one them?
I see the prayer for the curses. I forgot to look again.
You get the others?
No, I tell you, so I get the prayer for the curses. I forgot to look again to see if I see the others.
You move the mic now, it'll get trouble. All right. No, I have to forget if you had gotten it from any other source.
La, sir. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Even I forgot to check you. So,
No, man. By Friday, me get it to you.
Right,
I'm a phone problem. The phone still not sort out the WhatsApp thing, you know.
okay, come.
The phone man in change the battery yesterday. I'm plugging the phone all night last night and it no charge.
Like when you change the battery and it's still not charged?
Yeah, him says the battery was a problem.
Okay.
The old battery charge sometime, you know. If you plug in the whole night, it'll get some charge. But you put a new battery, you know, charge none at all.
Probably at the charging port. More likely a charging port.
No, man. All right. It's if on a charging port, so when I plug it in, it use the current straight from the straight, you know.
Okay.
It now go to the battery.
Okay.
But there's a problem there. So by Friday, now I'll just email you all of the something.
All right, kind of one cancer. What?
All right. What else me wants to do? Anything else me call you?
All right, cancer.
All right, shalom. Just take us up.
All right, so, yeah, man. All right, so with that, remember, if you have questions, just leave it in the comment section. You understand? If you have a scripture you want to break down upon, just put it in the chat. You know what I mean? When we see it, Next class will be happy to answer it, all right? Remember to share on all social media platforms. You understand? Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. Follow our pages. We're on YouTube, I.S.U.P.K Jamaica on YouTube. Follow our TikTok page, Twitter, and also Instagram. We're going to take you out with some UPK music.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. Either low or this lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer boy. Took a Zach, watch the dart. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snap they soul like Shane Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harvey. Try to hope me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fart. They ain't locked in with the count and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to